Session 88, Antiques. It seems that you can't turn on the television set these days without there being an antique show on. Whether it's Cash in the Attic or Pawnstars, it seems that everyone has something that's worth some amount more than you initially expected. The birth of televised antique shows began with Antiques Roadshow, a British television show that aired in 1979. The original concept was a documentary about a London auction house in 1977 and was so successful that the series was born on the format of the show has been remained unchanged to this day. Antiques evaluators travel to various regions to appraise antiques brought in by local people. The hosts evaluate for authenticity, interest and approximate valuation. Often, an in-depth historical craft or artistic concept is given of the antique, appealing to people interested in the study of past or some particular crafts or certain arts. Such was the success of the show that they have travelled to many other countries and the idea has been imitated around the world. The show has seen many people make an appearance with items they have had little or no idea about. Heirlooms, house clearance items, charity shop finds. Some leave disappointed, whilst others depart with newly appraised cash cows. The most valuable item to ever appear on the show, an original 1990s maquette of the Angel of the North sculpture by Anthony Gormley, which was valued at £1 million. Glassware expert Andy McConnell later valued a collection of chandeliers at £7 million. However, these were fixtures of the building in which the show was being filmed, rather than an item that had been brought in. The two most expensive objects to be sold as a result of being discovered on the show are the 1932 Leica 2 Luxus camera for £600,000 and the Christophe XC Japonisme Jardiniere, which sold for £668,450. Those who bring in worthless items very rarely make it onto episodes, though value is not the only criteria. Those items that come in with an interesting story, or perhaps reflect the history of the city or country the show is being hosted in, will make it on the show despite their value, and the occasional counterfeit object has even been included in order to help educate and inform aspiring and existing antiques dealers, with experts explaining the difference between real and fake items. The collection of evaluators appear regularly or intermittently on the show include experts in nautical antiques, Japanese and Chinese artifacts, gems and jewellery, furniture, clocks and watches, fine art, books and manuscripts, ceramics and poetry. Antiques tend to be collectible items that are admired for their age, beauty, rarity, condition or unique features. The suggested definition of an antique is to objects that are at least 100 years old and tend to show some degree of craftsmanship. The show has produced several specials and spin-offs, including 20th Century Roadshow, which was focused on modern collectibles. The show is going strong to this day and enjoys international versions in Australia, Canada, Germany and the United States, amongst others. A once popular television show from the 1980s, Jim'll Fix It, allowed the public to write in requests to the show's host, Jimmy Savile, who would, in turn, attempt to grant their request. One girl wrote in asking if she could go on the Antiques Roadshow and accidentally break a seemingly valuable vase. The request was granted and the episode was aired, much to the astonishment of the audience, but their concerns were quelled when it was explained to them that it was a ruse.